mulai kegiatan kita pada hari ini. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome. And we thank you for joining this webinar, the consulate organized by the Consulat Général of Indonesia in Marseille. So our today's event bear the topic of should you keep doing business with Indonesia after the confinement, ou après le confinement in French. And the target or the aim is to give some ideas or perspective to partners of Indonesia in southern France, especially about the Indonesian economic condition in this time of COVID-19, because in this extraordinary time, COVID-19 you can say sorry if I use the word damage, but it is doing some damage in the economics sectors. So today we are going to discuss a little bit to seek further. Is Indonesia still a good place for investment? And for that, we have the three speakers today. And we are going to make this webinar into two sessions. The first session will be the presentations, and then the second session will be the question and answers, and also comments from all the participants. So without further ado, I think I will the first opportunity to Mr. Eri Bawono, Acting Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia in Marseille, to give a speech for the opening of our session today. Please, Pak.
Thank you, Pak Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friend, colleague, welcome to our discussion in the webinar, and good afternoon. And I see on the screen some old friend and new friend. But anyway, we start our discussion with the topic, little bit provocative topic. Shall you keep doing business with Indonesia? And it's very big question now after the lockdown, and we see that the trend now, people avoid physical meeting. But we are very active in the webinar session, and in the future, I think in 2 years to come, or in the future, this type of webinar will be our trend in doing business. And now we start again from the Consulat Général of Indonesia to welcome you and to discuss your business with Indonesia, or if you have intention of interest to start business in Indonesia. And we have two special guests today, Mr. Diki Kartikoyono, the representative of Central Bank of Indonesia in London, and Mr. Aditya Prasta, and my dear friend Ibu Eka Monkar from Paris, from the promotion of tourism of Indonesia in Paris. And they will be delivering their very short presentation. And I see Madam Anne Martel. How are you? Good afternoon, my dear friend.
Thank you.
And dear colleague and friend, I would like to deliver a very short introduction in this case, that the Consulat Général of Indonesia received some question and inquiries lately, asking for the situation in Indonesia in terms of the pandemic, and later we learned that there is some question. For example, is my money safe in Indonesia, for example, or can I continue my business in Indonesia in various of sector? And we have today Monsieur Olivier Tusnel from the seafood industry. He has investment, I think, quite big in the island of Sulawesi. Well, surprisingly, if we find shrimp in the restaurant, most of them come from Monsieur Olivier, I guess, and I'm sure. Well, anyway, from some question, and I talked to Madam Anne Martel about the future business. Well, we agree that from this method to meet with teleconference, video conference is the futures of our business, at least in 2 years forward. And well, welcome Pak Asyanto Sinambela. I see on the screen. How are you, Pak? Well, everybody still remember, and we miss you, Pak Asyanto. Pak Asyanto was the Consul General of Republic Indonesia in Marseille, and we hope that you are okay and in a good health, Pak. And we send regard to your family too. Ladies and gentlemen, to make it short, and then I will greet to Madam Marian from Toulon, the entrepreneur, and she have business on the batik and handicraft from Indonesia. She's very active person. And some question come from Madam Marian too. Is still okay doing business with Indonesia? And we have colleague friends from Bandung. We see Ibu Sari, Teh Etna, and maybe some other friend there. I could see from the single screen. Maybe in the second screen I could find out. And now we have Mr. Ainu Siadari from Medan, and Pak Rusdi Harsono. Eva Tanya, well, I could not mention everybody here, but anyway, welcome. Pak Alek, to make it short and more constructive, I would like to invite the resource person today. Please, Pak Alek.
Thank you, Pak Eri. And indeed, we have, as Pak Eri has said earlier, that we have 3 speakers today, Pak Aditya, Pak Diki, and Ibu Eka. I would ask to our speakers that may present briefly the materials that you have. I will give you 7 minutes maximum. I will give the 5 minutes mark. In order, we give you 7 minutes in order to have, because our schedule is 1 hour and 30 minutes, so we have 45 minutes for the presentations and then 45 minutes for discussions and questions. So I think we can move to the next session, which is the first presentation by Bapak Aditya Prasta. Bapak Aditya is the director of Indonesia Investment Promotion Center in London. He is nominated as the director on November 2018. and he's very specialized in the planning section because he joined the Bureau of the Investment Promotion Center on 2009. So, Pak Adit, I would ask you to present for 7 minutes maximum, and we would like to have from you the investment perspective. Why should we still work with Indonesia, and is there any specific sector that it is interesting to invest in Indonesia? So, and something then how to invest in Indonesia. So please, Pak Aditya, we give the floor to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. Good afternoon, everyone in France and in the UK, and good evening for everyone in Indonesia. Really glad to be here. My name is Aditya Prasta, and currently I'm the director of Indonesia Investment Promotion Center in London. And just like this opportunity is very honorable for us in London, and therefore I would like to say a big thank you for Acting Consul General Mr. Eri Bawono and the Indonesian Consulate General Marseille for hosting this webinar. Distinguished speakers, Mr. Diki Kartikeyono from Bank of Indonesia in London, and of course Ms. Eka Monkar, Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. First of all, I would like to say that most of my presentation here, you can access it in our website in the investinindonesia.uk. You can access it later, maybe later. Okay, this is our presentation, and I would like to comprise all the presentation into 4 sections, and they are why Indonesia, that's the first question, and then the investment performance currently and potential sectors and investment policies. I would like to move it to the another section. There is why Indonesia. That's the most important question here. Why Indonesia? First of all, Indonesia is located in ASEAN, the region of opportunities. We have ASEAN is currently the 3rd largest market in the world, 3rd largest labor force, and 4th largest economy by 2030. And for Indonesia itself, we have the 4th largest population in the world, and currently the only Southeast Asia countries that is included in the G20 countries. We are in the top 20 of GDP in the world in the 2018. And we are expected to be the world's largest, 10th largest economy by 2025. And up until now, we still have the steady economic growth, at least until at the end of 2019. And as we all know, currently we have quite a challenging times regarding the COVID-19. So I think it will be quite challenging in the near future, but hopefully we can recover it, and maybe not in so distant future. And for the ease of doing business and investment grade, Indonesia is, at least in the last 5 years, we are one of the biggest movers, and we have shifted our ranking, 36 ranking in the last 5 years, and currently we are sitting in the 73rd rank of ease of doing business. We can compare it with our neighbors and the BRIC countries here. And the latest credit ratings from some of quite famous credit rater in the world, we have quite stable ranking from Moody's, S&P, JCR, and Fitch and Ratings. And for the investment performance, this is the next portion of our presentation here. FDI to Indonesia from around the world. Although we have quite a challenging time in the first quarter. Even in the first quarter, the 10 largest FDI countries from the whole world in Indonesia, we still have quite, the same rate of investment realization in Indonesia. We still have 1/4 of the total investment from the top 10 countries. Although we are expecting quite a significant decrease in the second quarter. Hopefully we don't have that kind of decrease anymore in the third or fourth quarter. And for the European FDI, currently France sitting in the 5th rank of European countries of the values of investment values of FDI to Indonesia. And from the France FDI to Indonesia, we have quite a significant decrease on the first quarter. We can see here only 4.51 million US dollars compared to 167.35 last year to the total. And for the last 5 years, most of the investment goes to Java Island, our most populous island for now. And but some of the other investment goes to another regions such as Sumatra and Kalimantan. And from the sector base, yes, thank you for the reminder. Okay.
Sorry, Pak, that was the 5 minutes mark.
Yes, thank you. And this is the sector, and of course, this is the potentials. We have infrastructure, and then the special economic zones, manufacture. We have some kind of good connection in the electric vehicles, and the 10 new Balis for the tourism, and renewable energy. We have right now have 15% of the energy mix from renewable energy. We're still trying to shift it to 23%. And this is the BPP, or main cost of our electricity supply by provinces. And we have already got another good potential in the digital economy. We have some unicorns. And of course, the investment policies. First of all, we have the online single submission, and we have some of incentives of investment, just like tax allowances, tax holidays, and other. And but you can access it more comprehensively in our website. And this is our key performance indicators. This is the KPM. You can access it, the website in our headquarters website, www.bkpm.go.id, or else you can access it to our own website, IPC London, investinindonesia.uk. And merci beaucoup, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Hopefully you can cooperate again with us. So you can email us, or you can access our website, or you may also contact our colleagues in Marseille, because we have already got quite good cooperation with Mr. Ari and the other staffs in the Consulat Général in Marseille. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Pak Aditya, for the presentation. So now we move to the next speaker. It is Bapak Diki Kartikayono. Pak Diki is a well-seasoned banker with 25 years of experience and senior analyst, economic analyst in Central Bank of Indonesia, and just recently Pak Diki was appointed as the chief representative of Central Bank of Indonesia in London. So Pak Diki, I will give you like for your presentation, and we are wanting to have from you on the Indonesia's economic situation. Is it with this time of COVID, is the situation of Indonesia's economy still sound, and how is it in the future? And I will give you the floor to have your presentation, Pak Diki. Pak Diki, maybe you have to unmute first your microphone because we don't hear your voice.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pak.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone in UK and Europe, and good evening for everybody in Indonesia. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Pak Eri for this initiative. It is truly timely for having kind of this webinar during this challenging time. Since my time is only 7 minutes, I will directly to my presentation and try to compress my presentation, especially focused on the policy response of the policymakers. Central bank and government already done so many things, but many to come. But I do believe we need to focus on the policy response for understanding the future of the Indonesia. As you may be aware, the theme of our webinar is put nicely on the questionnaire and the questionnaire statement. Should you keep doing business to Indonesia? The answer is absolutely yes. In fact, if you try to understand what happened in Indonesia, I do believe Indonesia is quite in the strong footing facing this kind of challenging time. Let me start with my slide. I will very fast in the global economy and prospect. I will distribute my presentation later on. It's no problem to see all the figures, and of course we can discuss later if you need more information on the assessment of the Bank Indonesia. As we can see here, a subcontraction in economic activity around the world is significantly affect the global trade. In the first half of this year, most of the country facing the problem on their economic activity. In Indonesia, as you can see here, our export commodity price
nanti saya beri kesempatan
facing in many
untuk komentar.
Many commodities, but we still have two commodities still in the positive territory. First, we have CPO. CPO is still growing, 15.6 on the index, on the price index, and we also have a coffee. I do believe that you all enjoy Indonesian coffee very much. It's still on the positive territory. Continue to the indicators of the financial market. We can see here all financial players around the world facing the unprecedented challenge in dealing with the the volatility of the market since the beginning of March 2020. All the indicators and the financial markets has become so volatile. Maybe some people also mentioned that this dynamic can be easily understood as the deepest, volatility and of course the shortest recession in the modern time. But of course, we still face a lot of uncertainty moving forward. Now I turn into domestic economy. I will spend maybe 3 minutes here, and I will continue to the policy response of the policy makers. As already mentioned by Pak Aditya, Indonesia now since 2017 has been rated an investment grade country from all the prominent rating agency, Fitch Rating, S&P Global, Moody's, RNI in Japan, and also GCR in Japan put Indonesia on the investment grade country. Yes, it is true. COVID-19 poses threat to domestic economic growth, but you can see here the economic growth on the household consumption still on the positive side, and of course it will be affect our growth. GDP in 2020 will be lower than expected. It will be ranging from 0.9 to 1.9 according to our assessment in the central bank. And you can see on the right graphic the cases on the COVID of Indonesian people is still picking up, but I think the percentage is quite lower. It's only 5.52% compared to other countries that face this kind of pandemic. And the domestic economy in 2020 indicate that the pressure has begun to ease. You can see all the graphic here, even there decrease from February to April, but in 2020 and in the beginning of May, it's become the uptick is already seen in the May 2020. External sectors is still in the good position. Our current account it is better compared to the last year. The trade balance surplus also in the better position. Maybe you ask why the trade balance still on the surplus. Yes, it's true. The export activities decreasing, but the import even lower. I mean, the activity of the import is lower than export. So we are in the surplus in the trade balance. The external economy sector resilience remain solid. The current account deficit narrowed to less than 1.5% of the GDP in the first quarter of 2020. The rupiah, as a result of the position of the current account, is on the appreciation trajectory. As you all are aware, all the advanced economies flood the market with the stimulus. So the liquidity in the market is quite ample. The interest differential compared to the advanced economies is quite high. Indonesian still, offering the 4.5% in the policy rates. It means that we still in the positive interest rate differential. I think a lot of people enjoying quite much on the differential between negative interest rate with the 4.5 environment in Indonesia. Rupiah appreciation is consistent with the reduced global finance market uncertainty. It means that the confidence of the market to Indonesian economy is quite, supportive to our rupiah. You can see here from May 2020, rupiah is hovering around 14,000. It was around 16,000, now just around 14,000. It's quite appreciative, and the belief of the central bank is still undervalued. It means that the potential of appreciation and supporting the economic recovery process is still underway. Our official reserve is still on the strong footing. We accumulate 130.5 billion at the end of May 2020. It's much higher than threshold, only 3 months import, and we accumulate until 8.3 months of import. It means that we are much higher than requirement. The government bond also, the yield of government bond is also fell into 7.03% in May 2020. It means that the risk of the global financial market not really affecting our financial instrument. The GCI also recorded a marginal increase, 0.8% in May 2020. Inflation remains low. Everything's recorded, quite good because of the demand also weakened, and the supply of the volatile food and also the administrative price everything is in check. So there's no such a pressure from the inflation. Now let me turn the most important issue that you need to hear about the policy response of the policy makers from the government and also from the central bank. The government has issued 3 phases of fiscal stimulus with total incentive amounted to 4.5 trillion. The first and second phase stimulus covering government aid to support consumption of lower income, and also, of course, the lower income people also enjoying the tax relief to support business sector, especially from the small medium enterprise, and also support their purchasing power. The third phase stimulus is focused on health sector, social safety net, business sector that hardly impacted impacted by the coronavirus, to the of course to their activities. All the stimulus focus on the health sector and also the way that we try to recover our economic growth. Bank Indonesia, of course, support government by having the financial support through the fiscal financing that we do using the government bond intervention. I will explain that policy later on. On the monetary side, we do a policy mix aimed at maintaining economic stability and boosting economic growth, meaning that we have tried to balance between the stability and, of course, continuing the economic growth, the increase of the economic growth. The policy mix sought a balance between managing monetary stability and financial system stability. Of course, we also try to achieve the sustained economic growth. In the area of monetary policy, Bank Indonesia maintain an accommodative monetary policy. As I mentioned before, we try to support the fiscal stimulus from the government with preemptive measure by maintaining the exchange rate stability. We also try to maintain the stability in the financial market by intervene all the needs of the foreign exchange by the market. The capital flow well managed in terms of the level ensure maintenance of external resilience. Macroprudential policy also directed to the stability of the financial system. The intermediation function now is really in the healthy manners. Every single indicators in the financial market is still in check. Financial inclusion was also nurtured to support the small medium enterprise with a greater efficiency. Payment system, now moving to the digital area, we try to introduce a new modalities in the payment system, the electronification program, and increasing payment efficiency by introducing various type of transaction through the national establishment, the national transaction. We introduced the quick response code standardization, or we also introduced the e-money in e-commerce transaction. This standard is expected to accelerate various programs related to financial inclusion. And moving towards, I believe that the cashless society and collaboration between fintech and banks will be flourished in Indonesia. Bank Indonesia continues to encourage the expansion of acceleration electronic non-cash. That's the new development facilitated by Bank Indonesia, and we already provide five years blueprint for the payment system, especially moving to the digital environment. To measure to manage financial market stability, we also try to deepening our financial market by introducing many instruments, new instruments, establishing a new infrastructure and financial market credibility. That's all the instruments really help to mitigate our financial risk, especially during the heightened volatility in the beginning of the pandemic. Various money and currency market instruments, including the domestic non-delivery forward, IRS, OIS, and commercial papers, I believe that it's really support our financial market to dampen the volatility. I mean the financial market really can absorb the risk since they have a lot of new instruments using by the market players. The coordination with the central and regional government also continue to control inflation, accelerate structural reform, introduce the financial market at the domestic level. All those kind of information already available in Bank Indonesia website. So we can access all the information regarding the regional government through our regional office and their website. This is the range of our policy since the beginning of March. As I mentioned before, we already try to intervene financial market by introducing a lot of instruments, ranging from the lowering the reverse repo rate, our policy rate, and also try to introduce a lot of instrument in the financial market. Our payment system also improved by having the new type of instruments, i.e. the QRIS and also the IOU and also the IRS. During the period of February to June, we lowering our reverse repo rate already up until now is already 3 times interest rate cut from 5.25%. Now, in June 2020, the policy rates become 4.25%. It's already 3 times cut from the beginning of February. And exchange rate stability also quite well maintained. We do a triple intervention by providing the liquidity in the spot market, in the domestic non-delivery forward, and also purchase a government bond in the secondary market. But the really important policy that support the fiscal position of the government is the quantitative easing that we introduced since April 2020. We directly buy the government bond in the primary market. We support every single position of the government in the government bond in the market. So if market is not really functioning well, we will buy all the government bond in the primary market. Moving forward, Bank Indonesia will continue to monitor our response to the financial markets, and also try to mitigate all the risks that affected the economic activity. In this regard, Bank Indonesia is committed to funding the state budget. Again, this already become our strong commitment to purchase our government bond in the primary market, and quantitative easing by again providing the credit restructuring to the banks, to smoothing the credit restructuring program in support of the recovery program. That's really critical, because the bank position need to be strengthened during this kind of pressures, you know, because the bank need to be supported to get their lending activities become more active to the whole region of the countries. I think it's about all our presentation, but I have one more slide if I still have a time here. I want to show you how we try to weather the pressure from pandemic that really disturb our stability. Maybe it's quite different with the advanced countries condition. In developing countries like Indonesia, we still face the dilemma of monetary policy, namely the sovereign monetary policy needs still to be maintained from time to time. We also need to monitor of the exchange rate, and of course we try to boost our current account regime, and try to invite the open capital. This kind of trilemma, according to the theory, is not really easy to to find a delicate balance, since we only can get 2 out of 3 result of the monetary policy stability. So the way that we manage the trilemma of monetary policy is really need to put the policy mix always review from time to time. Prudential policy consists of interest rate and also macroprudential measure that need to be reviewed and also need to be strengthened from time to time. From the exchange rate management to establishing the exchange rate movement in line with the fundamental, it means that we're doing the intervention to smooth out the exchange rate volatility. We also manage our foreign exchange reserve to maintain a certain advocacy and also boost the confidence of the global investor. And the capital flow management means that we try to manage the flow to the country, supporting the microeconomic stability. If we experiencing the abrupt capital outflow, means that we need to provide the liquidity to the market. On the other way around, if we also have a lot of capital inflow, means that we need to absorb the foreign exchange that come to the country and try to maintain the exchange rate. That's the way that we use the policy mix as an important strategy in manage the stability and also try to find the delicate balance in the monetary policy trilemma.
Diki, I'm sorry to cut you, but since we have a time constraint, I understand that to explain to our partners that the Indonesia economy is still safe and sound in this time of COVID is, it's not easy, but I'm sorry we have to.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, because of the time constraint, we have to.
Okay, I'll take the floor. I will ready to discuss later on. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Diki, for your presentation. And as Pak Diki has already presented to us, he explained that Indonesia economy in the future is still bright, and therefore we have already heard from him that a lot of different policy from the government of Indonesia is taken to take the economy in this time of COVID also to be safe, and also the stimulus that have been taken by the Indonesian government for facing these challenges. Now to give the floor to Bu Eka Mkare, but before that, I would like to present a little bit Bu Eka. She is the director of tourism office in France, or FITO, as we say in Indonesia, the Visit Indonesia Tourist Office. Is it true, Bu Eka? Am I wrong saying?
Visit Indonesia Tourism Officer, actually.
Tourism Office,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And Bu Eka is an expert in tourism industry, especially for Indonesia, of course. She's a staunch promoter of the wonderful Indonesia tagline, and she's a very good friend of the Consulat Général of Indonesia in Marseille, as we have conducted several projects with Ibu Eka. So Ibu Eka, I will let you have your presentation for, if possible, 7 minutes now.
Okay.
And the floor is yours, Ibu.
Okay, I will try just to, okay. I'm sorry everyone, I'm going to do the presentation in French, but my slide will be in English. So because this, the idea is to give the information for the French people to invest. Voilà, bonjour à tout le monde. Moi, je vais faire la présentation en français. C'est pas très évident de parler de 17 000 îles dans 7 minutes, mais je ferai mon mieux. Donc voilà, tout d'abord, moi je vais montrer d'abord, bon, la question est facile en fait, pourquoi investir dans le tourisme indonésien, d'accord? La première phase, moi je voulais vous montrer avant de dire pourquoi, de vous montrer aussi.
Bu Eka, maybe you have to unmute the microphone. We cannot. Yeah.
Okay, c'est bon?
Yeah. All right. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was unmute actually. Okay. Now I come. So moi je vais vous faire la présentation en français Donc déjà, c'est pour vous montrer la taille de l'Indonésie par rapport à l'Europe. Si vous avez bien, en fait, vous regardez bien la carte. Donc par rapport à l'Europe, l'Indonésie, c'est 5200 km déjà de l'ouest à l'est. Donc c'est de l'Irlande jusqu'à l'Ouzbékistan. C'est vraiment immense. Donc ça, c'est vraiment, l'Indonésie, c'est l'archipel le plus grand dans le monde. Il y a 17 000 îles. Donc vous parlez de 17 000 îles dans 7 minutes. Bon, c'est pas évident. Et la deuxième chose que je voulais vous montrer, ce qui est important, donc le tourisme en Indonésie. Donc moi, je voulais parler plutôt dans le côté de tourisme. Le tourisme en Indonésie, c'est très important parce que ça devient le leading sector déjà décidé par le président Jokowi depuis quelques années. Et pourquoi? Parce que le tourisme, ça va en fait amener aussi des autres business automatiquement pour les autres domaines en Indonésie. Par rapport en fait aussi le progrès, en 2018, le tourisme en Indonésie, ça augmente déjà 12%, 12,58%. Donc, par rapport à l'ASEAN, donc c'est l'association de l'Asie du Sud-Est, donc c'est le Schengen en Asie. Donc, nous, on a 7,4%. Donc, c'est quand même assez intéressant. Et par rapport au monde, donc par UNWTO, nous avons 5,6%. Donc, ça, c'est pour vous montrer que le tourisme en Indonésie, ça fait quand même un business qui est très, très intéressant. Par rapport, en fait, des années depuis 2009 jusqu'à 2018, le progrès du tourisme de l'Indonésie ne cesse pas d'augmenter. Donc, ça, c'est pour vous montrer pourquoi ce domaine de tourisme est très important et très intéressant en Indonésie. Et lequel de tous les business dans le tourisme, ça porte les côtés positifs. Hein. Donc, c'est quelque chose de très profitable. Bon, c'est environ 15 millions de visiteurs qui viennent en Indonésie en 2018. Nous avons le target 20 millions en 2020. Malheureusement, avec tous les Covid, on ne peut pas avoir 20 millions. Mais au moins, déjà, on a eu à peu près 18 millions l'année dernière. Moi, je voulais maintenant... le tourisme français par rapport qu'ils ont venu en Indonésie, ça c'est important. La France est occupée la deuxième place en Europe, après le Royaume-Uni, qui a envoyé plus de touristes en Indonésie. Nous avons à peu près eu 290 000 personnes donc, l'année dernière. Donc là, c'est 2018. Après l'année dernière, on a eu à peu près un petit peu d'augmentation parce qu'on a eu le tsunami, voilà, donc quelques tremblements de terre. Malgré tout, on a eu quand même des augmentations, ce qui est quand même très bien. Donc, ça, c'est vraiment très fort pour l'Indonésie d'avoir le marché français qui est aussi de plus en plus augmenté. Si on compare depuis 2015, donc le marché français qui était 209 000 personnes, ça devient maintenant quand même presque 290 000 personnes, c'est quand même énorme. Nous avons eu 37,5% de l'augmentation, le tourisme français qui sont venus en Indonésie. Donc, c'est pour ça pourquoi je pense qu'il est temps maintenant de faire quelque chose avec ça. Alors, le tourisme qui sont arrivés à Bali, l'été 2019, donc c'était l'année dernière, hein, la France, c'est dans le top 10 pays qui a envoyé plus de touristes à Bali. Il faut savoir, juillet-août, l'année dernière en France, il y avait à peu près 80 000 personnes qui sont arrivées à Bali pendant 2 mois, juillet-août. Donc, cette année, malheureusement, même avec la pandémie, nous avons encore 30 000 personnes qui sont stand-by pour pouvoir partir au mois de juillet et août. Et nous, en ce moment-là, on est en train de se battre pour pouvoir convaincre le gouvernement de Bali de l'ouvrir la frontière plus rapide que prévu. Mais les Français, ils ne vont pas aller qu'à Bali, tout à fait. Donc, ils vont aller à Lombok, ils vont aller à Java, ils vont aller à Sulawesi, tout ça. Moi, je voulais seulement vous montrer où ils vont, les Français. Donc, Bali, Lombok, ça c'est vraiment le côté très classique parce que tout le monde connaît. Mais les Français, ils adorent explorer l'Indonésie, tout à fait. L'Indonésie, c'est un pays pas comme les autres. Il y a 17 000 îles, 250 millions de population, plus de 750 ethniques et plus que 1100 langues. La culture, la diversité, c'est immense, qui fait quand même aimer, en fait, qui fait l'Indonésie le pays favori pour les Français. Et les Français adorent tout ça. Et on a tout ce qu'il faut en Indonésie pour faire aimer, en fait, ce pays par les Français. Sumatra, nous avons le orang-outan, et à Bornéo, à Java, il y a quand même beaucoup de choses à voir. Kalimantan, nous avons aussi le orang-outan et aussi les places magnifiques. Nous avons à Sulawesi, de sud au nord, c'est l'endroit, la nature, le meilleur endroit de la plongée qui se trouve en Indonésie aussi. Le Moluques, bien sûr, on parle des Moluques, c'est les épices. Le NTT, donc le Nusa Tenggara Est, avec l'île de Komodo, Sumba, Flores, qui sont aussi quelque chose paradisiaque. Et Papua, quand on parle Papua, c'est le Raja Ampat, c'est le dernier paradis, c'est une destination vraiment paradisiaque, de rêve pour tous les Français. La nature, la flore et la faune, la tradition, les Français cherchent l'expérience. Les Français adorent et aiment explorer beaucoup de l'endroit en Indonésie. Je ne vais pas trop parler en fait de côté investissement très détaillé, mais seulement pour vous dire. Moi, je vous montre en fait le programme du ministère du Tourisme. C'est le 10 nouveaux Bali. Il y en avait tout à l'heure par M. Adit au début. Donc, vous avez la couleur jaune. La couleur jaune, c'était le Tanjung Kelayang qui se trouve à côté à Belitung, Morotai à Moluques, Tanjung Lesung à Banten, Mandalika à Lombok. Ces 4 endroits-là sont dans le Special Economic Zone. Cela veut dire, pour ceux qui voulaient investir dans ces 4 endroits-là en couleur jaune, il y aura les taxes supprimées pour les investisseurs, ce qui est très intéressant. Voilà. Et la couleur bleue, c'est des endroits où il y a des autorités, comme c'est une institution qui va assister donc, tout le monde. Donc ça, c'est aussi quelque chose que le gouvernement indonésien a facilité pour tous les investisseurs qui voulaient investir. Donc, par exemple, donc, vous n'avez pas besoin de payer les taxes, surtout pour cet endroit spécial-là, parce qu'ils voulaient vraiment pousser l'investissement dans ces 4 endroits, dans ces 4 zones. Depuis l'année dernière, le top 10 nouveau Bali, ça devient le top 5 priorités destination. Pour savoir, pour pouvoir faire la promotion de tourisme en Indonésie, il faut 3 A. AC, parce qu'il faut avoir l'accès, l'avion, l'aéroport, voilà. Donc, et deuxième, c'est amenities, donc c'est les hôtels, logements, il faut avoir les hôtels, des logements. Et le troisième, c'est les attractions, des choses à faire et des excursions à faire. Donc, il y a top 5 priorités destination qu'ils ont choisies par le gouvernement indonésien. Le premier, c'est la Buan Bajo, l'île de Komodo. Vous avez l'image en bas, c'est le paradisiaque. Et vous avez après, à gauche, donc, c'est Likupang, c'est à Manado, donc il y a l'aéroport. À droite, c'est Kuta Mandalika à Lombok, où il y a le JP Moto, aussi il y a l'aéroport. Et après, à gauche, en bas, vous avez le lac Toba, c'est la Sumatra Nord, c'est le plus grand lac volcanique dans le monde. Et ça, c'est aussi, il y a l'Arcé, il y a l'aéroport, et le temple Borobudur qui se trouve à Java Centre, et il y a aussi l'aéroport qui vient d'ailleurs d'être construit et qui va être inauguré par le président Jokowi, c'est l'aéroport international. Donc ça, c'est important. Tous ces 5 top priorités destination sont tous les aéroports, donc qui permettent déjà faciliter tous les investissements. Moi, je ne vais pas parler vraiment des choses détaillées, seulement je voulais vous montrer. L'Indonésie, c'est un endroit idéal pour tous ceux qui voulaient investir dans le tourisme responsable, le plongée responsable, tourisme durable, tourisme communautaire, le slow tourisme, par exemple, à l'île de Mentawai, à Sumba, il y a beaucoup des endroits encore sauvages et on a besoin d'investisseurs pour faire quelque chose. Le tourisme équitable, bien sûr aussi, parce que ça, c'est des produits. Il faut savoir, l'Indonésie aussi, le 4e pays, le plus grand producteur du café dans le monde et le 7e pays, le plus grand producteur du thé dans le monde. Donc ça, c'est important de combiner le produit et l'endroit. Le tourisme participatif, voilà, c'est avec comment dire, la collaboration avec l'association locale, écotourisme, tourisme solidaire, agrotourisme. Nous avons beaucoup d'endroits pour l'agriculture qu'on peut transformer en tourisme. Et en même temps, on peut aussi avoir des produits, ça c'est un investissement qui est intéressant. Et aussi le tourisme humanitaire, bien sûr pour le CSR ou la RSE en anglais. Donc c'est seulement pour vous montrer, tout ça, c'est des choses que nous, le gouvernement indonésien, voulait mettre en place et voulait attirer les Français. La France, c'est aussi un pays qui est vraiment très fait attention avec l'environnement. Et on a besoin des Français de nous aider, des Indonésiens, d'investir avec vraiment le standard environnement le plus respecté possible. Donc, moi seulement, je voulais dire, nous, en tant que le représentant du ministère du Tourisme de l'Indonésie en France, donc et aussi avec le consulat de l'Indonésie ici à Marseille, nous sommes à votre disposition. Si vous avez besoin de plus de renseignements, n'hésitez pas à nous contacter. Nous sommes à votre dispo. Donc, voilà, vous pouvez nous contacter par email ou par téléphone. Nous sommes à votre disposition pour vous donner le conseil où vous pouvez investir le mieux en Indonésie, à adapter à votre besoin et à votre rêve, bien sûr. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, terima kasih. Thank you very much, Bu Eka, for your presentation. We have noted that Indonesia have the 10 new priorities destination for tourism. Within those destinations, interesting incentives are given for investors, and which is what is important is, as you say, access, amenities, and attraction activities for the tourism sectors. And Indonesia is, of course, still an ideal investment destination for tourism sector, as you presented very well. Thank you. I would like to thank all the three present speakers for today's event. And before we go to the next session, I would like to go back to Pak Eri, maybe to give a summary or to present our honor guests that are joining us today in this webinar. Pak Eri, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Pak Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends. Well, in short, that investment climate is still good. Our economic performance is still good. The fiscal policy is promising, and I thank you, Pak Diki and Pak Adit, for presentation. And in the sector of tourism, I'm going to highlight that 30,000 French tourists is waiting in KJRI when the government of Indonesia opened the gate for tourists visit, then they will come to Indonesia, meaning that everything is fine. But we are now struggling to recover for the recovery of economy, and now globally we are fighting against COVID-19, and everybody know that. But we have to anticipate, or we have to prepare after the confinement or after the COVID, after the pandemic, what we are going to do. And the economy must go on, and we have to prepare. We have to be ready for the recovery. And I would like to give opportunity to Madam N. You have the privilege to give some word, Madam, because you visited Indonesia last year and you met some people, some business people there. Please, Madam.
Thank you, Eri. Yes, sorry, I'm the first one to talk, but I have to leave you. I've got another meeting. Not just a quick word. I was very lucky to travel with Eri and the council at the end of last year for a quick trip to two major cities in Indonesia to meet with some exporters Indonesian exporters want to export to Europe. I think it was very interesting what we're doing. My company, just a quick word, we're doing consulting for French companies to go overseas and for foreign companies to export to France. So we were addressing our message to Indonesian companies to be interested in the French markets. I think there's still, as we saw, obviously a lot of opportunities between the two countries. But I think more than ever, we need to focus on the competitive advantages to push, the French importers why buy Indonesian products versus European or products or more close products, because I think the trend is going to be that some French company or European companies are going to look into more local suppliers. So we really need to work together in the message, in marketing, also that we can source competitive and interesting products from Indonesia to bring into France. But we really need to work in cooperation and not just import a product, sell it, and that's it. We need more and more a story around it to go with it. I think that's the major. That was a trend before the COVID crisis, but it's, I think, even more true now that we really need to come together as a common project to bring French products into Indonesia or Indonesian products into France. And I think there's still a lot of cooperation between the two countries to develop. And but we really need to reassure also the customers that we are working long term, and it's not just like trading action between the two countries, and that we are steady in the relationship between the two countries and build that confidence with the customers. That's my point of view with what's going to go next in the post-COVID.
Yeah.
But very interesting, a lot of opportunities, a lot of things to do also, obviously, in the trade between going from Indonesia to France, for sure.
Thank you, Anne.
for giving me the opportunity.
You always give me some optimistic information up to now, and thank you for that. And please, for Indonesian friends, that we need to communicate, we need to build the cooperation, and is welcome, and will welcome you for some discussion and consultants in the future, because every single product or every single community you are going to sell needs some story, and has a speciality to tell story about the product. And you could send email to Anne, and she will be very happy to talk to you. Thank you, Anne. And yeah,
I put my email. I've got to leave you. I'm so sorry. I put my email in the chat here.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Anne. Bye.
Thank you very much, Anne.
And we come to Monsieur Frank from Pura Bali. I give you the opportunity to comment, or maybe you have question, please, Mr. Frank.
Hello. My English not very good, so
Français.
I will try to speak in English, but if not in French. But some question. Well, it's I work in the cosmetic product from Bali, and I found problems, but a lot of little problems about the how do you say norm, European norm cosmetic, and 100% organic. It's difficult to import cosmetic organic from Bali or from Indonesia when they come in the CEE and in European territory, because a lot of legislation, you understand? It's a very a break for me to buy more cosmetic. So my question is, do you have the Indonesian government have a label, organic label for cosmetic or food with European community? This is my question, and my second question is, I work with Jamu Tizan from Java, with Sowe Ora Jamu, with Nova, but the problem is the same. The food is organic, but I can't make my marketing on, because we have not the label. You understand? Yeah. And I want to sell in France too fruit juice, but the problem is this: it's the label of organic product, food or cosmetic. So that's it.
Thank you, Monsieur Frank. Monsieur Frank, we noted that you have some difficulty to get the bio label, and the trend now in France, people will buy product or cosmetic and food. Yeah, some customers, some people prefer to consume or to use bio product. This is understand. Yes. And for Indonesia, we are developing this. And for the labeling, could you identify the company or your partner in Indonesia? Then we would like to guide them how to provide the labeling for bio or organic. And then you could communicate to Madam Windy for this. Please identify your partner in Bali and in Java, and we will help them to process some procedure to have the eco labeling, or not eco labeling, I mean the bio labeling to enter into French market. And thank you for your information. Okay. And, we could work together then. Thank you, Mr. Frank. Okay, bye. And for the next opportunity, I would like to invite Mr. Olivier Tusnel from the seafood industry. And I think you have many questions in your mind, but anyway, please make it short, please. Monsieur Olivier, is still there?
Hello.
Hello.
Are you good? No, everything is okay. With Indonesia, we get some good shipments, so we have not been affected by the COVID. This is quite good. After development, like we have tried with one company like in Sumatra to try to develop some shrimp again, as you know, to have more shrimp from Indonesia in more restaurants in Europe. Out of this, it would be good if you could connect me step by step with some university who would like to develop the organic fish and shrimp as we are already doing in Sulawesi. Concerning the investment, I would say it's nice that Indonesia requests French people to invest in Indonesia, but it will be good also to have some share between government or university, private company as we are, and also local company in Indonesia, because it's always complex to say, okay, we invest alone or just with a partnership without a public support. And we try to do that, in example, in Senegal now, with a free party, the local company, the government, and ourselves to develop some project. And this is, I would say, a little bit more safe for us, and we will be to be able to make some stuff together.
All right, Olivier, thank you. And Olivier, we have some Indonesian friends in this forum, in this webinar, and they are listening to you. And for Indonesian friend, let me inform you that Olivier Tusnel from the seafood industry prioritize the bio product of shrimp from Sulawesi, and Olivier prioritize the education for the farmer in Sulawesi to have to produce or to cultivate shrimp, bio shrimp, organic shrimp, and he is looking for bigger opportunity in other island like Sumatra, for example. And he's looking for partner to join to develop. A partner could be from the academic or community, or from entrepreneur in Indonesia, to develop organic product of shrimp or other seafood. Well, we have some friend from Indonesia, and I saw on the screen 5 minutes ago. We have friend from the Ministry of Fishery, and they will contact you, Olivier, and
yeah, thank you.
The consulate will help you to make a communication between you and other our future partner, your future partner, and other from the institution. And we understand that you have a high priority in education to produce the organic shrimp, and we understand this, and we will work hard to find the best partner for you.
Okay. Last point, if I am allowed to say, we'd be pleased that with the one bank we discussed to present example like a CIC or BNP bank to see how we could eventually make more more helping the finance structure about LC, because some French bank they try with Indonesia and they say it's quite complex because I would say the bridge connection is not safe between Indonesian bank and European bank, and perhaps we could work on it, because I could do something with Myanmar, I could do something with Argentina, but I'm not able to do some payment condition with a bank to Indonesia. I don't know, this is a new point that I get yesterday. It will be good, as I saw at the beginning of the presentation, that there is 2 big banks in the presentation on this conference. It will be good to discuss, to have some chat or email.
Yeah.
And eventually optimize the finance, because right now is due to the COVID is quite a big topic to optimize and make safe for both sides the payment term.
Olivier, thanks God we have Pak Diki Kartikayono here from London. And Pak Diki, please, maybe you have some word, Pak.
Yes, thank you, Pak Eri. Olivier, certainly we would support all the transaction between two countries. The more important for both countries is to understand the system of the financial system itself. I do believe some banks, of French banks, already have a good relationship with the Indonesian bank, and they also have a good exposure in Indonesian financial market. But the system to facilitate the trade between companies need to be discussed between, of course, Indonesian bank and the French bank. I will be give you an information. Just drop me an email. What kind of transaction that need to be facilitated from your side, and I will try to connect you to Indonesian bank. And of course, I will ask Indonesian bank to seek the advice from the French bank that have an operation in Indonesia, like a BNP Paribas or any other French banks in Indonesia, and we can discuss what kind of facility that need to be established between your company, French banks, and Indonesian bank to settle all the transaction. That's my understanding about the way that we do the business. Again, understanding the system between banks needs to be rectified. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak.
Thank you.
Olivier, you could maintain your communication with Pak Diki, and of course we have you too to get some valuable information. Thank you, Olivier.
Super, thank you.
Okay, bye. And for the next opportunity, I would like to invite Mr. Philippe Marseille, the president of Prodarom, from the essential oil industry. Mr. Philippe, we have some friends on the screen. Some of them, they have resources for the essential oil. So your word will be very informative for them. And well, let's do something better in the future after the COVID. Please, Mr. Marseille.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Barono. I would like to thank you very much, Monsieur le Consul Général, for giving me this opportunity to make a presentation today or to discuss about the interest we have in Indonesia in our industry field. I would like to say at first, before starting, to say how much I appreciated very much the presentation of Mr. Aditya Prasta and Mr. Diki, and also and especially from Eka Moncare, because I was very much interested by this beautiful presentation she made on the Indonesian, on your country. And she is a very, very good, I would say, speaker for helping us to continue visiting your beautiful country. So as I am, of course, the president of Prodarom. Prodarom is the association of all the industry, the producer of aromatic raw materials for fragrance, and most of our companies are also producing flavor. So that means that we are using a lot of raw materials from Indonesia. As you know, Indonesia is one of our main supplier country for patchouli, for nutmeg, and for cloves buds. This represents more than almost 1,800 tons of patchouli oil. And as you know, we have a lot of very long history of partnership between our companies and the producers in Indonesia. This is one of our main target today. As you know, sustainability is a main target for us, for our industry. for a very good transparency about the sourcing of raw materials. And we are working a lot for improving this day by day. Most of our main leaders in our industry are also present in Indonesia with factories, some with laboratories. And I would like very much, Indonesia is such a huge country and a very important market for our industry. I hope that this will again increase in the next few years. This is very key for us. And the key of the most important thing is the relation between Indonesia and France, and also about all the other countries where our companies are established. You know, most of our members, some of them are already in Indonesia, some of them are in Singapore, but also they are in Singapore, but also in Indonesia. Also, Singapore is very close to Indonesia, but it is for us important to be closer to the consumer and to closer to the needs of your consumer. So I would like to say that one of our main target also for Prodarome is to have for ASFO, as you know, we have the association, education association in our syndicat called ASFO. ASFO, we had last year more than 2,200 students in our office for training courses, special for the salary of the salary persons of our industry. We have also international education, and international education is very important for us to give as much as possible to most of the students around the world who are interested with fragrances, interested to create fragrance, interested to know what is perfumery, what is cosmetic, to get improved and to come to us for education. ASFO signed a partnership and a convention already with South Korea, with the Seoul Aehwa College. It's a women's college of Seoul. We have a special convention. They are sending students to us in Grasse for education, and we are also going to Seoul and to Jeju Island for education program. We have a special convention also with India, Uttar Pradesh, the university, and also with the Ministry of Education for having visitors, students from their university coming to Grasse every year for a special education. We would like so much to have this convention and partnership with the University of Jakarta in Indonesia. Jakarta, but not only Jakarta, in other islands. You have such a huge country and so many people who are certainly interested to get even more and more education regarding perfumery, regarding the use of your beautiful raw materials. Okay? So I think I took too much of your time. I'm sorry.
No, it's beautiful presentation, Pak Masih. Mr. Masih, thank you for your valuable information and your initiative to open cooperation in education for Indonesian student, or let's say we are thinking of Indonesian who know about the perfumery, who know about the essential fragrance industry. And we understand that you have very high standard, and because your beloved town is the center of essential oil and perfume industry. And we know that, and we welcome your initiative, and we could follow it up. And please maintain our communication, Mr. Masih. And well, during the COVID and after confinement, of course, we still have, we still have some difficulty to meet, but I think with the video conference, we could find the best solution on this. And we have our participant from Medan, Sumatra, in this forum. I'm sure he's listening to us, and he's from Medan, from the government government office of Sumatra. And let me communicate to some interest party in Indonesia for your initiative, and whether they will send a student to GRAS, or maybe they have some institution to train people, to train young people in Indonesia and become to enter the perfumery industry. And thank you for this kind of information. And we also have some friends in the forum from essential oil production from Sumatra, and they will contact you too. And of course, we will have you to communicate to them. Thank you, Mr. Marseille. And
thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. And we pray for you and for your family. Everybody will be better during this difficult time. Thank you, Mr. Marseille.
Thank you very much. And I thank you very much for inviting also my friend, my colleague, Anne Martel, because Anne is one of my colleagues as a conseiller from Marseille.
Yeah.
So it was nice.
Thank you very much. She witnessed the natural resources in Sumatra. And you just mentioned patchouli. Patchouli for Indonesian friend, I would like to translate. Patchouli is minyak nilam. It's very popular in France. And Sumatra has the very huge resources of minyak nilam. Please take this chance, this opportunity, and Mr. Marseille offers some initiative for the education and training.
And as you know, I know that Indonesia is producing one of the most beautiful coffee in the world. Okay? This is very important. Yes.
Well, I'm drinking Indonesian coffee too during this forum. So we talk later, Mr. Marseille, for coffee, and we have friend from Bandung, running a coffee business too. For the next special guest, I would like to invite Marian Gunarto. She's an entrepreneur and importing Indonesian handicraft and batik, and she traveled to Indonesia to find the best product according to the market she has in France. Please, Marian.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Thanks for inviting me to speak with you, and it was very interesting to hear everything what have been said today. And concerning my small business, it's we are selling batik, like Bapak said, and with my dear husband, Budi Gunanto. And this is a business rooted in Indonesia because of our family story. So we are, it's a chance for us to visit family and to know better the process and the culture around batik. So it's not only a commercial business, it's cultural too. And this is very important, like the Frenchman say before, Anne Martel reason, that we need a story to tell to justify to import products from so far, because there is everywhere on the world. So why batik? Because batik is a treasure. It's have been recognized by UNESCO as a treasure for humanity, and it's very important to make the world knows and appreciate the process and why it's a treasure. So I feel like ambassador of Indonesian culture selling this kind of fabric. And I agree too with what people say before about label, and a very important thing, it's to worry about environment. And this is the conclusion of COVID crisis. We all have to learn. It's a lesson we all have to learn all around the world, I think. And for batik, in my case, we have to examine the process of making, because dyeing batik, it's a source of pollution. The rivers in Pekalongan, in Solo, and all over Java are polluted because of batik. And there's also other people who makes batik with natural dyeing, like Hari Jari Hitam, that is with us today, but for the most, it's a source of pollution, and it's a problem for the environment and for handicrafter too, and it's a problem for consumer who will buy batik too. And for now, it exists a label all over the world. Its name is Oecotex. And what would be interesting, that batik handicraft can be labelized with Oecotex, like that. It will be, I think it deserves it. Batik is a treasure for Indonesia, and he have to be considered like that, and to be, he can spread the world with this label that guarantee that he will always be, he can travel all over the world, because maybe one day this label, Oecotex, will be strictly observed by Europe, for example. For now, it exists, but you can, there is no control really, but maybe one day it will have a control. This is very possible. So I think Indonesia, I think people in Indonesia, people who can make legislation about that, can make law, should encourage handicrafter to use a good dyeing that is good for environment, and can enter and can match with the label. Yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Marian. Marian, we have Sari, Edna, Ipong from Jari Hitam. They visited Marseille last year for the Foire de Marseille. And okay, maybe you could talk to them, because they like to tell story. Especially Edna, she is a storyteller for her product, and we have Ipong. He has a special technique of printing, of course, bio printing. So we are talking about labeling. In the future, maybe, as you said, that will be a control or will be a regulation in Europe for the eco-labeling, for the bio-labeling for the batik product. Of course, originally batik, you know, of course, this is a very traditional process we have. This is natural, but with the label will be more convincing in the future. And Marian, we understand that during the confinement, during the lockdown, you have some difficulty, but by doing some effort to open your promotion through online, it could be very good for the business and for your promotion of your product. And we are very glad to help you for the promotion and product, and to contact to make communication and contact with other people. We have friends from Bandung here, and from other city, from Medan. So you could talk to them to send email, and well, information exchange is very important in this case. And since your merchandise is mostly batik, they are the right person to talk to. Thank you, Marian. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. And send my regard to Pak Budi.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Sure, I will.
And the last but not least, Stefan from Magic Flyer. I will give opportunity to you to make some comment, please.
One last question. Are you here to win it? Yes. Good.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça fait plusieurs années que je fabrique des gazebos en bambou à Bali. Et je fabrique maintenant à Java. Et je cherche à me développer sur Java. Et j'ai déjà loué un local. Et je voudrais ouvrir une entreprise sur place. Et j'aimerais les démarches, avoir un peu les démarches à suivre pour pouvoir officialiser mon entreprise sur place et pouvoir développer mon affaire et embaucher des Indonésiens sur place pour la confection des coussins et la fabrication des bambous. Parce que je suis déjà implanté sur Cannes, j'ai déjà des ateliers sur Cannes et je voudrais développer davantage mon affaire. Donc, mais c'est un peu compliqué. Là. Donc, j'aimerais bien avoir plus d'informations.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, Ujo.
Ouais.
Eh bien, je vais traduire un petit peu pour... je crois que la réponse serait pour... la question est adressée à M. Aditya. Mr. Aditya, do we have a question from Mr. Stefan Objoa, who is asking basically how to open a business in Indonesia, because he's already worked with Indonesia for several times, and he has his own business in Cannes, the city of Cannes in southern France, and he would like to develop business in Indonesia, and he would like to know how to make this an enterprise in Indonesia, and he would like also to employ Indonesian for his business.
Thank you for translating by Alex. Basically, opening business in Indonesia, you may use different kind of schemes, but the main similarity is you have to make a new legalized organization in Indonesia. And for the foreign direct investment, there is a limitation actually. Right now, we need to limit it to protect our small, medium enterprises in Indonesia. So we, in Indonesia, the government have made a kind of limitation around 10 billion rupiahs. It is around 700,000 euros for the start of the business, and it is outside the cost of building and land for the investment. But basically, you can manage to the new investment in Indonesia by making a cooperation or consortium with your colleagues in France or other countries, and of course with Indonesian partners in Indonesia, based on the sectors you would like to enter. And if you would like to get some more recommendation regarding the future partners, you can also contact us and we can convey it with our partners, either that be the some of the state-owned banking in Indonesia, just like Mandiri in London. And we can also connect you with our regional government in Indonesia, and basically Bank Indonesia in London, also our partners, to reconnect with the Bank of Indonesia offices in all regional governments in Indonesia. And if you would like to explore more about the procedure and maybe some kind of frequently asked question about the Indonesia's mechanism to make a new business in Indonesia, you can also access our website, investinindonesia.uk. Over to you, Alex. Maybe you could explain more. Maybe, yeah, some of the lines. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Aditya. Alors, Monsieur Objoa, est-ce que vous avez bien entendu ou vous avez bien compris en anglais, ou alors il faut que je traduise encore en français?
Ouais, un petit peu. Ouais.
Est-ce que l'information a été bien obtenue? Vous avez bien...
Ouais, pas tout.
Oui. Bien. Monsieur Aditya a cité que bien sûr, pour faire une entreprise en Indonésie, vous pouvez faire par partenariat avec un Indonésien, et pour cela, même pour chercher un partenaire en Indonésie, il pourrait vous donner des recommandations. Bien sûr aussi pour comment ouvrir un compte en banque en Indonésie. Et bien sûr, les procédures, c'est pour la création d'une entreprise en Indonésie, et bien expliqué sur le site du bureau d'investissement de Londres. Donc, vous pouvez consulter ce site, ou alors, bien sûr, pour des amples informations, vous pouvez nous contacter, ou alors par le biais du consulat. Parce que pour créer une entreprise, c'est vraiment technique. Donc, je crois que si on le... vous voyez ce que je veux dire? Si on va prendre peut-être du temps, parce que là, nous sommes déjà un petit peu en retard.
Oui.
Oui.
Okay.
Ne vous inquiétez pas, nous pouvons vous, bien sûr, vous assister pour votre création de l'entreprise en Indonésie par le consulat. Nous pouvons contacter aussi le bureau d'investissement à Londres, bien sûr, et ce serait un plaisir pour nous de
parce que j'ai tout préparé là sur place. Hein. J'ai déjà le local, le matériel, tout ça. J'ai plus qu'à ouvrir. Quoi.
À ouvrir, oui. Ouais. D'accord. Donc pour cette démarche finale, si je puis dire,
oui, voilà.
Nous pouvons travailler avec vous pour cette création d'entreprise que vous.
Et je peux le faire à distance, ça?
À distance, je dois demander à Monsieur Aditya. Pak Aditya ditanyakan kalau misalkan melalui secara online, maksudnya dengan jarak jauh itu bisa dilaksanakan pendirian perusahaan, Pak, atau bagaimana?
Yes, basically for starting the new business, you need to have a connection with our, legal organization in Indonesia. What can we translate from notaries to make the new legal-based organization in Indonesia? But before that, you can also arrange, before operating your new offices, you can also make a new foreign office in Indonesia. You can do the requirements. You can access all the requirements in our website. You can email us after you've got the whole documents as well. and maybe that's the thing. But if you would like to directly operate and selling things in Indonesia, you should go to Indonesia and make the new legal organization in Indonesia.
So for the creation of the enterprise, maybe for the starting procedures could be by online, but to finalize it, he has to go to Indonesia to create the yes, business, right?
Yeah, what I meant was there is two kind of mechanism. The first thing is if he wanted to make a new only the foreign office, foreign representative office, he can do that by online, to email us all the documents, and we help the mechanism as well to make a letter of recommendation to our office in Jakarta. And then after that, he can access it to the online single submission system in Indonesia. But basically, he needs to have a kind of good translator, because this system currently only in Indonesia. But the other scheme is for the making new commercialized organization. If he wanted to do that, he needs to build the new PT, perseroan terbatas, and he needs to contact us for that.
Ok. Donc, en fait, je crois qu'il faut aller en Indonésie pour, bien sûr, finaliser la création de votre entreprise, Monsieur Objora. Oui. Parce que, bien sûr, si vous voulez, si j'ai bien compris ce qu'a expliqué M. Alitia, pour un bureau de représentation, il est possible peut-être de le faire en ligne, mais bien sûr, pour faire un nouveau entreprise, eh bien, il est toujours préférable que vous soyez en place pour la création de cette entreprise. Voilà.
Ok, thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Objoa. Thank you very much. I think, Pak Eri, we have another.
We have
question,
David
maybe?
Villaplana on the screen.
Pak David Villaplana, yes.
Yeah, please, Pak David. We would like to hear from you, please.
Mr. Villaplana has a communication problem. I think I don't know whether he's ready now or not. Mr. Villaplana.
Well, anyway, Mr. David has a partner from Indonesia, Mr. Gunawan. Are you still there, Pak Gunawan? Mas Gunawan, masih di sana, Pak?
Yes.
Maybe you have some word some word for Mr. David in this case, please.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
How are you, Mr. David? Good afternoon for all. It's an honor can meet you here. Hello.
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm from PT Asia
Yes, Mr. Villaplana, we can hear you, yes.
Desolate.
Yes.
I have a problem of mechanical. Well, desolate, but I see you and I understand you also all. Okay. Since the start of the webinar, I have a listen everybody, and a very pleasure to have this meeting. Okay, it's really a pleasure to see you, Gunawan. Really, because
thank you very much.
Long months we try to develop some relation. It's very long. Okay, I understand this point and the difficulty of the exchange of the culture. And thank you very much to Christina.
I hope you can invest here in Indonesia, actually in North Sumatra. Because of Corona, we make cooperation with the jail prisoner. They let them out. We make the workshop in the jail. So we hope that can make Indonesia people creative. I'm in rubber industry for 30 years old and based in North Sumatra. We like to invite the investor to invest in Monkey Special Economic Zone and Kuala Tanjung. There's a lot of opportunity, and the destination of Lake Toba is the largest volcanoes in North Sumatra. There's maybe I can send video to friends, and right now because of trade war, the China product and made very worse about coffee. We hope if you can invest in Indonesia, Indonesia is have many potential and opportunity like tax holiday and other consumption in government right now give very easy to doing business here. That's I want to ask if you want to partner and like to know about the North Sumatra. There's a lot of potential, especially in rubber, because not now the rubber price is down. All farmer is very worse. So we in PT Asia Karet invent rubber, asphalt karet, and waste coffee combined to make the rubber sole. So this maybe can up the economy and can compare with China. Thank you very much of the time, Ms. Eri.
Yeah, thank you. Monsieur David, maybe you have some word, please.
Excuse me, perhaps if I don't understand very perfectly the English, okay? But I have understand the more important part of Gunawan. Just for be more strong for the future, we need to solution some technical difficulty with our product. Okay, I think Gunawan, you are conscient of this part, and I tried to say to Christina and Alex, if perhaps it will be interesting if you can have the benefit of some help for invest in a molder, for have a very regular product that we need for develop our incredible magic butterfly. That you know now since 25 years. And after we are in the same trip because we work in France in developing the social integration with the present, okay? And I really want to try to open a little workshop with you, but first time we need to understand us because your material is splendid. Just we need to work in the machine for for develop a perfect rubber band. We need just a problem of thickness and width regularity. And I all the person are understanding a technical part we develop with you since long months, but perhaps a molder in an injection. Okay, it's really interesting, and if you can obtain help of the ambassador or your country, it can be very interesting.
Okay, you can email us, and I should try to make the small batch for you, and maybe we can make a good cooperation. You using the molding. Thank you very much, Mr. David.
I think really, okay.
Yeah.
But you must know that we are very happy to know you. Really, it takes a long time, but I think we will arrive.
Yeah. Thank you, David. Thank you, Pak Gunawan. Please maintain your communication and develop better business in the future. And Pak Gunawan, we understand you have very good concept to engage, prisoner in Indonesia, in Sumatra, to have a good activity in producing kind of handicraft of everything. And well, we could talk, Pak Gunawan, and we are following development of your project. And for David, thank you, David, for your understanding so far, because you are loyal client for Gunawan, and it's very simple product, but it's very important for you too, and we understand that. Thank you, David. Keep in touch. And we have a message from Pak Faiz from the fish industry. Pak Faiz, please give some word, because we just have discussion with Olivier Tusnel. He is looking for partner. In this case is for the fish milk fish industry. Please, Pak Faiz. Okay, I think Pak Faiz now is fixing the connection. Well, is Olivier Tusnel still here? Okay, yes. Pak Faiz? All right, Pak Faiz, please send email to the consulate, and we will follow up your intention to have communication with Olivier Tusnel. He is looking for partner for development of milk fish in terms of bio product or what we call organic product from Indonesia. Well, Pak Alex, shall we continue with the conclusion in this forum? But before we conclude, please give some opportunity to participants from Indonesia. Maybe they have some ideas or information. Please, Pak Alex.
Thank you, Pak Eric. Yes, as Pak Eric said, if participants of this webinar would like to ask a question, you can maybe raise your voice or your hand, or you can put on the chat that you would like to ask a question. I give the opportunity to all if you want to ask a question to the speakers or have a comment or anything. I don't see any hand raised. So,
Pak Diki, maybe Pak Diki, you have some, or please Pak, or Pak Asyanto, please Pak Asyanto. Di unmute dulu Pak Asyanto.
Pak Eri, I have some few words before Pak Alex close or conclude the session. I would like to inform all the participants, if you need information, any kind of information regarding business or investment in Indonesia, you can contact our regional office through us in London. So you just drop me an email. I will try to relate you to our colleague in any province in Indonesia. And of course, if you need something that need to be discussed with the regional province or regional government, I will ask my colleague to explain to you directly through email. And even if you need to get an information regarding the businesses or investment, they can information actually on the economic data. So please don't be hesitant to contact us if you need something. Thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Pak Diki. as Pak Eri said, maybe our former Consul General, Pak Asyanto Sinabela, maybe you could, who has already followed this webinar from the beginning, Pak Asyanto, if you're willing to give maybe some kind of final words of this webinar. I mean.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Alex and Pak Eric, for organizing this great webinar. First, I would like to thank also Mr. Olivier. Olivier, since you mentioned about Sumatra, Sumatra is my hometown. So please don't hesitate if you come to Sulawesi and Jakarta, let me know, and then I'll be your guide to organize meetings with people from the Ministry of Fisheries, and also to arrange meeting with local business people that would like to join with you for opening business in Sumatra, especially for shrimps and organic fish. And the other one is, I would like to thank also Mr. Philip Masse, who has been very generous spending his time with us together this afternoon. Mr. Masse,
yes,
a lot of Indonesians, especially from North Sumatra again, who has a lot of products for minyak arsiri like pocholi, and also another one, citronella oil and vanilla. They would like to meet with you or your special team. So
yes,
if you don't mind, we would like to ask them, I mean the business people in Sumatra, especially in Tapanuli, to contact you directly for further arrangement.
yes.
So this is again a kind of what I can share to building bridge between business people from Marseille and also from Indonesia. So please don't hesitate, Pak Eri and also Pak Alex, to invite me or let me know what I can do on your behalf. Thank you so much for
Thank you very much.
letting me join in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Masih, maybe you want to add something?
No, I would like to say that any information I will get from your producer in Indonesia, I will transfer this information to all the companies, the purchasing, the department of each company. I think they will be very interested to get this very additional contact in Indonesia. So,
Mr. Master,
yes.
a good friend of mine asking me about the Styrex benzoin. I know that when I met you last year, you have a very good friend in Paris that import a lot of Styrex benzoin.
Yes.
So this is one of products that I would like this guy to contact you directly also.
Okay,
sometime
so
this week.
Tell him to send a mail to me in detail, and
yes.
I will be very happy to help.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
Yes. So please enjoy your beautiful week for everybody in Marseille, and I hope to welcome you in Grasse as soon as possible.
I'm in Jakarta now.
You are in Jakarta. Oh, please enjoy. Please enjoy your beautiful country. Yes. Okay. So all the best to you.
All right.
And I hope that one day we will have a direct flight from Nice to Jakarta. Okay.
Oh yes, of course. We'll try to do that.
Yes. And Garuda is much better for us. Okay.
Yeah, Garuda. Yes.
Okay. All the best. I will leave now. Thank you. Goodbye to everybody.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pak Alex, ada Pak Faiz sudah on, jadi bisa mungkin sampaikan sesuatu.
Oke Pak. Malam Pak. Iya Pak. Siap.
Silakan Pak Faiz.
Monggo, silakan.
Oh, baik Pak. Terima kasih Pak. Perkenalkan saya Faiz Pak. Saya dari Asosiasi Pelaku Usaha Bandeng Indonesia Pak. Kami punya member di sentral-sentral Bandeng di seluruh Indonesia. Dan saat ini kami ekspor bandeng Pak ke Asia, termasuk ke Eropa Pak, itu masuk ke Belanda Pak, Belanda sama Suriname. itu dari anggota kami yang berada di Tarakan, Kalimantan Utara. Memang di Kalimantan Utara itu dikenal bandengnya organik, Pak, termasuk shrimpnya shrimp organik karena memang di sana tidak menggunakan pakan pabrik, Pak, karena pure pakai alami. Kemudian kami juga lakukan ekspor ikan-ikan budidaya air tawar, Pak, seperti catfish, Pak. Kemudian ada juga tilapia, ikan nila, itu ke Korea Selatan, Pak. Tapi kalaupun EU kami juga bisa karena kami sudah ada di anggota kami yang memiliki EU number, Pak. Kebanyakan ke Belanda, Pak. Kemudian saat ini kami sedang mengembangkan, Pak, itu kami ada partner, Pak, di UK, Pak, namanya Warung Windsor, Pak. Itu sedang mengembangkan potensi untuk ikan asin, Pak. Memang potensi ikan asin di Europe ternyata luar biasa. Kami sedang siapkan ada factory supaya mendapatkan EU number, Pak, saat ini. Kendalanya di itu saja, bagaimana kami mendapatkan EU number supaya kita bisa masuk ke sana. Nah, saat ini kita pernah kirim pakai jasa pihak ketiga, cuman tidak terlalu lancar, Pak, karena ya terkendala dokumentasi. Permintaan cukup tinggi. Ini menurut saya cukup potensial. Saya lagi kembangkan dengan teman-teman di Indonesia, Pak. Kami berpartner dengan para pengrajin ikan asin, dan insya Allah dalam waktu dekat kita akan segera wujudkan, Pak. Jadi untuk kebutuhan ikan, Pak, insya Allah kami siap, Pak, termasuk ke EU, Pak, ikan-ikan air tawar maupun air laut, tapi kebanyakan ikan-ikan dari hasil budidaya, Pak. Terutama Belanda, kita siap dalam waktu dekat, semoga ke UK, Pak. Masuk. Terima kasih, Pak.
Ya, Pak Faiz, tadi ada Olivier Tustel dari Seafood Industry, sudah kerjasama di Sulawesi untuk udang. Nah, itu bio. Jadi betul-betul dia datang ke sana, bicara dengan petani, dan dia memberikan guidance. Jadi nanti Olivier Tusnel akan menghubungi Pak Faiz, tapi pendekatannya mungkin berbeda, Pak, karena kalau dari penjelasan Pak Faiz ada semacam aktivitas trading, ya, maksudnya ekspor. Tetapi Olivier Tusnel akan lebih dalam lagi. Dia akan bicara dengan Pak Faiz bagaimana memberikan satu training kepada petani sehingga menghasilkan satu bandeng yang sudah benar-benar bio, dan masalah tadi EU number tadi, dia bisa membantu kawan-kawan di sana, member anggotanya Pak Asosiasi Pak Faiz. Jadi please nanti jalin kontak, email ke kami ya Pak Faiz ya. Jadi kita bisa kontak, kita hubungkan dengan Olivier Tusnel. Baik, semoga lancar, berhasil Pak Faiz ya, sukses semua.
Terima kasih, Pak. Terima kasih, Pak.
Sebelum ini Pak Alex, perkenankan saya mengucapkan terima kasih. I would like to thank to Pak Diki, Pak Adit, and Ibu Eka for your valuable presentation. And I saw here Ambassador Johnny Sinaga. Thank you for your attendance. And Pak Asianto Sinambela, and all friends. I could not mention one by one, and very appreciated for your contribution and participation in this forum. And we would like to inform you that for specific discussion, we would like to organize webinar by sector in 1 to 2 months. Please, Pak Alec, this is my appreciation to everybody, and please you could conclude the forum for today, the discussion. Thanks.
Thank you, Pak Eri. Indeed, we with Pak Faiz as our last speaker, so I think we could end our webinar for today. And if I may have a conclusion for our event today, investing in Indonesia is still good because economically we are still, Indonesia is still sound, and a lot of potential of investment, be it in the, like Bu Eka has said, in the tourism sector, or even on every other investment sectors that have already said by Pak Aditya. So if the question should be answered, should people or Indonesian partners still keep doing business with Indonesia, then as already mentioned by Pak Diki, maybe the response is yes, of course, because Indonesia has still a good prospect in front of him and of it, and we have to keep the business atmosphere good in Indonesia, and this is what the Central Bank of Indonesia is doing right now to attract people to have confidence to Indonesia, that Indonesia is still a good investment destination for them. So with that, I think we have to conclude because of the time, and then I would like to once again thank the speakers for today and all the participants that came from Indonesia, especially from Bandung, from Medan, and also the guest of honors that have also contributed for our event today. And we'd like to thank you all, and maybe we can give ourselves a good round of applause. Thank you very much, and until the next event from the Consulat Général. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye, Pak.
Thank you.
Mas, Pak Eri.
Yeah, this very good, Pak.
Thank you, Pak. Terima kasih, Pak Diki.
Terima kasih.
Thank you. Ada email, Pak.
Mas Gun, ya, email, Marian.
Email, Pak.
Thank you.
Ya, please. Pak Alek, mungkin room ini akan terbuka sampai 10 menit ke depan ya.
Ya, kita akan
silakan chatting.
Mungkin roomnya
Kangen-kangenan.
Zoom meeting room ini untuk 15 menit ke depan atau setengah jam ke depan. Mungkin kalau memang ada yang ingin saling kontak di chat room, silahkan Bapak Ibu, kita akan keep meeting roomnya ini terbuka sampai dengan setengah jam ke depan.
Ada happy hour, Pak?
Ada happy hour dong, Bu. Bu Eka deh, Bu Eka deh.
Jadi, ya, nanti Pak
Pero, Bu, kalau di Marseille itu.
Pak Aditya, Pak Diki, nanti kita WhatsApp-WhatsAppan ya.
Ya,
Kita mesti banyak kontak-kontakan nih, terutama Pak Aditya nih. Soalnya sama nih objektifnya.
Ya, Ibu, saling melengkapi kita.
Saling melengkapi, siap-siap.
Ya,
Ya,
mohon izin untuk teman-teman yang ada di Indonesia ataupun dimanapun, kalau jika ada yang tertarik dengan kerjasama dengan pengusaha di Prancis, sekiranya kami dengan senang hati kalau komunikasi atau kita KJRI Marseille mengetahui perkembangan dari tahap-tahapnya. Hanya sekedar untuk kalau ada sesuatu kami yang ada di sini bisa mengikuti pengalaman banyak sekali, termasuk salah satunya itu untuk Pak Gunawan yang ada di sini, dan ada beberapa yang lainnya itu sangat penting. Begitu, hanya supaya kita bisa mengikuti. Terima kasih. Dan terima kasih atas kehadirannya.
Terima kasih, Bu. Pak Eri izin, kalau boleh, kalau nanti ada acara-acara webinar seperti ini lagi, kami nanti anggota dari kami di Bank Indonesia London bisa datang sebagai attendee, karena mungkin ada informasi-informasi yang bisa di-share gitu ya, kalau misalnya ada teman-teman di pelosok Indonesia yang membutuhkan hubungan bisnis, nanti kami akan sampaikan ke Pak Eri dan teman-teman semua di KJRI Marseille gitu. Kira-kira seperti itu ya. Terima kasih banyak.
Baik, terima kasih.
Baik, Pak Diki.
Saya dengar ada jurnal 3 bulanan dari BI, Pak. Kami di-share melalui email. Dengan senang hati kami akan baca.
Siap Pak, kami akan share semua.
Baik. Terima kasih Pak Diki. Stay safe Pak ya. Salam untuk kawan-kawan.
Semua teman-teman semua, nih stay safe, stay healthy. Sampai ketemu lagi. Saya pamit ya.
Ya,
Terima kasih Bapak.
Ya, terima kasih. Marian, cobalah bicara dengan Pak Ipung. Pak Ipung, ayo ngomong. Masuk aku terus ngomong.
Saya juga pamit ya, Bapak Ibu ya. Terima kasih.
Pak Aditya. Ya, Maria.
Pak Aditya, terima kasih Pak.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih Pak Aditya. Di lain kesempatan Pak.
Saling kontak-kontak. Terima kasih.
Ya.
Terima kasih Pak.
Pak Alek, mohon izin Pak Alek.
Iya, benar sekali.
Saya dapat partner Pak Alek di UK, Pak Alek, Windsor Pak. Warung Windsor itu di sana komoditas yang paling bagus, yang paling banyak dicari itu ikan asin Pak, ikan kering sama rempah-rempah Pak. Iya. Nah, rencana ke depan pengembangan akan lebih jauh. Kemarin kami sudah bicara dengan calon partner kami di sana. Kita akan coba masuk produk-produk dari Indonesia, Pak. Karena kebanyakan produk yang di sana itu diisi dari tetangga kita, Pak. Mulai dari Thailand, Filipina, Vietnam, itu banyak masuk ke sana, Pak. Yang dari kita masih kurang sekali, Pak. Nah, kendalanya saat ini kami hanya diberi izinan, Pak. Bagaimana kami bisa ekspor itu ada satu izin yang harus kami penuhi, Pak. Kami urus dulu, Pak. Kalau untuk
baik, Pak Faiz, kalau untuk dengan Perancis sudah pernah mencoba kerjasama dengan Perancis atau?
Kalau Perancis belum, Pak.
Sudah ada. Belum, Pak. Makanya nanti kalau begitu nanti kita akan hubungkan Bapak dengan Olivier Tusnel yang juga memang lagi mencari bandeng ya, milk fish.
Baik, Pak. Siap.
Untuk usahanya. Sayangnya dia udah keluar, tapi nanti bisa saya catat emailnya Pak. Nanti biar
baik.
Kontak-kontakan ya dengan Olivier Tusnel.
Terima kasih Pak. Siap Pak.
Untuk kemungkinan potensi
Pak Alek,
ya, Pak ya.
Pak Alek kalau
tadi
boleh
ada
kalau boleh menambah Pak Alek, kalau boleh menambahin untuk bandeng Pak, bandeng ataupun apapun itu sudah peraturan yang paling mendasar itu adalah perizinan memang betul Pak. Dan perizinan itu biasanya mengenai kadar dari produknya itu sendiri. Itu baik makanan kering, ikan ataupun apa semua yang makanan itu harus disertai dengan laporan di laboratorium mengenai kadar dan zatnya dan cara mempersiapkannya. Nanti kalau itu Bapak ada, Bapak ketemu dengan Olivier, bicara dengan Olivier akan cepat kemudian kalau Bapak sendiri sudah punya tahu barangnya itu apa sebenarnya di situ itu ada berapa gram kelembapannya, ada berapa persen jadi makanannya apa begitu kan itu persyaratan yang sebenarnya sangat mendasar sekali dan kita lupa terkadang Pak. Dan itu di Eropa apalagi di Prancis itu sangat teliti. Jadi walaupun memang banyak pasar terbuka dan kita tidak memperhatikan atau tidak mempersiapkan lebih dulu administrasi seperti itu akan lama nanti prosesnya Pak. Jadi sambil menunggu menurut saya Bapak bisa memulai mengumpulkan administrasi mengenai standar Eropa dan standar norma Prancis. Ada dua, standar Eropa dan standar Prancis. Standar Eropa itu lebih longgar walaupun sudah sulit. Standar Prancis itu semakin rumit tapi bisa dikerjakan. Gitu Pak. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bu.
Pak Alex. Pak Alex.
Ya,
saya mau coba ekspor kopi, Pak. Bisa nanti kasih saya gambaran soalnya lagi ibaratnya kita ciptakan produk karet dengan kopi digabungkan gitu Pak. Jadi ada sedikit kopi yang kita roasting. Persyaratan untuk masuk ke Prancis itu bagaimana Pak? Kalau untuk kopi Pak?
Kalau untuk kopi ini kebetulan ada Bu Windy nih yang jagonya untuk
jago minum kopi.
Jago minum kopi dan tahu banget ya cara-caranya. Pak Gunawan.
Jadi
Oke Pak, nanti saya kirim contohnya ke sana. Yang biji
Bentar.
atau serbuk, Bu?
Enggak, ini
jadi
Bu Windy mau menjelaskan sedikit nih Pak.
jadi
ya.
begini, kopi memang sudah lama sekali kita coba. Benar, kenapa kopi Indonesia itu tidak seterkenal kopi Itali? Padahal Itali nggak ada kebun kopi. Herannya begitu kan? Karena sebenarnya kita itu ada keterlambatan untuk membuat identitas dari kopi kita. Identitas dari kopi kita kan berdasarkan juga tanah, berdasarkan dari pengusahanya, berdasarkan cara pengolahannya, berdasarkan fermentasinya. Itu kan kita itu selalu kalau kirim kopi hijau di sini identitasnya bisa menjadi macam-macam. Dan macam-macam itu adalah identitas dari merek kopi seperti Nespresso, seperti Malgré atau yang lainnya. Nah, Indonesia harus punya identitas itu sendiri, dan kita harus memasarkan sesuai dengan identitas yang kita punya itu. Karena kalau kita memakai identitas yang lain, seperti kita masih kata pakai kayak kopi hijau, dikirim ke Malgré dia akan memproses seperti standar mereka, ya. Pasti akan ditulis Indonesia, tapi Indonesia hanya semacam namanya. Sampai sekarang ini itu ceritanya begitu. Dan mereka orang-orang sini akan lebih beruntung karena pajaknya hanya 0,0%. Sedangkan kalau kopi yang sudah roastingan itu bisa 7-12%. Masalahnya, di Indonesia sekarang sudah banyak sekali orang yang bisa roasting dan lain sebagainya. Tetapi untuk mempunyai keahlian bisa menemukan identitas jati diri dari kopi itu sendiri, itu belum banyak. Jadi kalau kita saya berapa puluh kilo sudah kita terima kopi itu, kita bawa ke orang-orang yang benar-benar ahli dari berbagai merek, mereka akan bilang, kebanyakan 80% orang akan bilang roastingan Anda terlalu kering. Ini kelembapannya hampir tidak ada. Ini rasanya bisa lebih baik lagi. Sebenarnya kita harus belajar dari SDM kita cara menimbulkan, mempunyai identitas kopi itu. Baru kita bisa mengibarkan bendera kopi Indonesia. Sementara itu tidak ada. Itu pendapat saya ya. Selama itu tidak ada, kopi ini akan di bawah bendera dari perusahaan asing. Dan kita selalu akan mendapatkan hanya 0,5%. Gitu.
Iya.
Jadi kalau misalnya
coba nanti saya cari kopi dari Danau Toba, Bu. Jadi di daerah Siburian, nanti sampelnya sudah saya coba kirimkan. Berarti yang Ibu mau itu yang apa ya? Yang mentah ya, Bu ya? Atau yang sudah roasting?
Justru bukan saya bukan pedagang. Maksud saya, kalau mau menjual kopi keluar itu sudah dengan identitas. Kalau sudah identitas itu bukan kopi hijau. Kopinya itu sudah jadi.
Oh, bukan kopi hijau.
Ya, tetapi masyarakat kita masih secara tradisional yang terkadang misalnya fermentasinya itu justru membunuh dari rasa yang seharusnya di sini sangat kaya. Cara fermentasi secara tradisionalnya ya. Atau cara meroastingnya itu salah sehingga identitas yang sebenarnya itu malah menjadi hilang gitu. Jadi sebelum Pak Gunawan kirim, saya tidak bisa KJRI tidak bisa menjanjikan itu akan bisa laku di sini.
Ya. Nggak masalah, Bu. Karena kan saya tujuannya ampas kopi, aspal karet itu digabung jadi tapas sepatu, Bu. Jadi ini kan sambilan itu ya memperkenalkan produk Indonesia yang kreatif, dan ada kopi, ada Danau Toba, Bu. Itu aja sih.
Ya, saya lihat
itu
proposalnya.
kopinya di atas ketinggian 1.200 dpl, Bu. Satu lagi, Bu, yang saya mau tanya, pembungkus kertas nasi itu apakah bisa laku di Prancis nggak, Bu? yang apa? Yang bungkus kayak nasi padang gitu.
Di
Kertas
sini kan
gitu, Bu.
di sini mulai produk-produk yang laku di sini sekarang itu yang ramah lingkungan itu mulai mengambil pasar dalam bentuk apapun. Kalau kertas itu adalah ramah lingkungan dalam bentuk apapun pasti akan lebih punya harapan berkembang daripada produk dulu. Itu sudah pasti di daerah Eropa di sini kita sudah mulai
untuk urus izinnya ekspor itu ada susah nggak, Bu? Kalau kertas apa yang ramah lingkungan itu, Bu?
Kertas ramah lingkungan itu kan berarti bukan bahan dasar ya. Jadi itu kan sudah olahan. Dari olahan itu misalnya kalau sekarang di Indonesia sudah ada izin yang pertama kali untuk pengekspor kayu dalam bentuk tiang ataupun dalam bentuk pakai dan lainnya, itu satu-satunya izin yang dikeluarkan oleh dunia ini itu untuk Indonesia. Dari kayu itu, dari izin itu kita bisa lihat ada perjanjiannya. Maksudnya perjanjiannya di dalam perjanjian itu harus ramah lingkungan. Pertama harus ramah lingkungan, harus mengikuti program penghijauan, tidak polusi dan lain sebagainya. Dan izin ini kita lolos, satu-satunya izin ekspor kayu yang dikeluarkan oleh UNESCO dan berbagai, saya lupa grup-grup perdagangan internasional. Jadi kalau mau mengeluarkan seperti itu, seperti kayu, seperti apalagi katun ataupun karet ataupun apa, itu pasti mereka akan melihat bagaimanakah cara menanamnya, bagaimanakah cara penghijauannya, dan bagaimanakah cara pengolahan. Itu dasar harus ada sertifikat, semacam perjanjian bahwa perusahaan ini sudah mentaati perjanjian seperti ini. Kemudian akan ada tes di laboratorium. Dulu 7 tahun yang lalu hanya ada di Singapura, tapi saya pikir sekarang ada di Jakarta. Namanya itu tes kualitas Eropa dan Prancis. Ya, yang kemudian keluar dengan logo CE. CE itu kontrol Eropa. Gitu.
Ya.
Dan itu setiap produk akan berbeda. Begitu, Mas.
Terima kasih banyak, Bu, atas
Sama-sama.
informasinya, Bu.
Ya. Marian. Oke, saya bilang Bapak Alex mana ya? Terima kasih banyak atas kehadirannya. Gimana, cukup semoga tidak mengecewakan, dan kita akan berusaha KJRI akan berusaha untuk pertema dalam bulan-bulan ke depan. Semoga kita akan ada waktu membahas hanya khusus untuk kopi ataupun teh, begitu. Terima kasih.
Aku izin ya, pamit. Terima kasih semuanya.
Terima kasih banyak, Bu Eka. Sampai nanti.
Sukses semuanya. All the best.
Merci. All the best.
Stay safe.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.